Bob's Photo. This is Tom.
Let me stop things right there. Because this isn't a story about Bob's Photo. It's not a story about history, services, prints, or even cameras. This is a story about people, about the characters and personalities that make up a business. This is a story about the Keith Kramers and the Tom Chases. This is the story of Bob's people.
Oh, I thought I could get 2 in a row. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, you gotta make when the pressure's on now. Oh, those are the 3 close. I've been working at Bob's for 25 years. Been in the photo industry for about 35. Throughout my time in the service, I did have a camera, just a 126 little Kodak, but it kind of prompted me to get into 35 millimeter after a trip to Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee. I did get a 35 millimeter when I got back after I read a couple of books on photography. Attended Bismarck State College for commercial art, got into photography even more then. Got a part-time job at, it was called Best at the time, but it was later known as LaBelle's. Took a job with May's Camera downtown, there about 9 years. Learned quite a bit about photography there, got to know a lot of photographers. And then came up to Bob here when he was short-handed and needed an experienced person. Just stuck around this long.
Oh, did you talk about the heyday already? Okay.
Kind of about the heyday, but no, you gotta elaborate on it.
I can talk about the straw day. Yeah, 500 rolls.
I'm sure you can talk
day.
about the weed day too.
The what?
The weed day.
Oh no, we don't talk about the weed day. No. I'm not going back to our roots, that's for sure. I started here March 2nd, 1998, after working at Rid's Camera in the mall for about 5 or 6 years. Been here ever since, yeah. Working with Mr. Kramer. Keith is my brother from another mother, born the same day, 3 hours apart. Someone asked me when my birthday was, and I told him. I said, it's July 16th. Keith was sitting in the chair, and he said, that's not true. And I said, yeah. He goes, that's my birthday. Show me your driver's license. So I had to pull my license out and show him that was actually my birthday. We celebrate together every year, but in different places. We're never together, except that one time at Pizza Hut. We asked for a pitcher of beer, and they brought us out 2 12-packs.
I think I still have that t-shirt.
I think you probably do. You're that cheap where you keep the same one for 20 years.
I'll miss working with Tom and Keith. They always had an answer for everything, whether it was comical or serious. Most of the time it was comical, and that's kind of what you need.
My answer to the popular helmet cam, when you don't have a helmet, you can just use the forehead cam. Oh.
That's good. These people, they're great, always ready to help. You could tell they enjoyed their work, they enjoyed supporting their customers, the work ethic they had, the friendliness, and just to have the patience and the desire to provide that customer service day in and day out.
It seemed to me it must have been a good place to work because the staff remained year after year after year after year. They seemed to hire good people who were helpful and friendly. And of course there's, the day I walked into somebody who was working there for the first day, which was great fun. Somebody who I knew and liked, and there he was. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Every single employee in there came to work knowing that their goal for that day was to help the customers coming in and out of the store, and they did that all the time.
They were, helpful. Virtually every time I ever went in there.
I have been here about 3.5 years. My mom came in to develop some photos, and she brought me home a job application. I've made some pretty good friendships with a lot of coworkers over the years, and that's probably one thing I'll miss the most.
I've been here for 15 years. I had worked at another photo lab for 10 years, and then I just was out looking for a job, and I ended up here applying, and they really weren't looking for anybody, but because of my experience, Bob called me in for an interview, and then he hired me. I just run the lab, I guess. I like the people that I worked for. I really liked working for Bob and Deb. I think they care about their employees. It's been worth it for me to be here. Giving me a lot of experience.
I have been here at Bob's Photos since September of 2011. I originally started doing just the video transfer services here for part of the time, and the rest was occupied by doing the large wide format printing. But then over the years that I was here, the customer demand for video transfers kind of increased. Got to the part where I was pretty much doing just the video transfers full time, and I've been doing that ever since up until the end here. So I've always had a passionate interest in audiovisual and IT computing technology. And it's something that I've always been fascinated by, and something I've taught myself over the years. I used to work in broadcasting, and I was a volunteer at Dakota Media Access Television. I learned a lot there too, and I was able to use those skills that I've culminated over all these years of my life here at Bob's. And this job was pretty much a perfect fit for my skills, and I haven't even gone to college yet. Still just got my high school diploma, but yeah, I mean, it's all about the preservation of memories, and somebody has to preserve the past, and I'm glad to be a part of that.
I started here 10 years ago, last October. John Baumstark used to work here, and he used to come in and order sandwiches from me at Subway, and he told me about the job here, so I came here and applied and was hired 2 weeks later.
Nothing but air.
Where?
There was one day I came in, it was an early morning shift, so I must have been here by 9, and a customer came in, and Tom and Keith were bantering back and forth like they do, and she joined in, and all I could do was stand there and giggle because it was so funny. She actually had them speechless, and that does not happen very often. That had to have been my most favorite morning working here.
What's the dirt on Tom Chase?
What dirt on Keith?
There's so much, I don't know where to begin.
How many cards do you have? What kind of dirt do you want to know?
I'll get back to you on that.
What's he do in his spare time? I don't know. Probably mistreat small animals.
I mean, with a Nikon name on it, somebody's gonna want it, maybe. Kramer tried to pick up the spare. It goes in the gutter. Okay, that's enough of that. The fastball never failed.
We're kind of on the same wavelength, like a lot of the same things. We don't hang out a lot outside of here much, but we got a lot of different things we're doing. But yeah, we will. I'm sure we will now that after this is all done and we're both not working for a while. I'm sure we'll do more stuff together.
We'll be able to get together, sit in our rocking chairs and sip whiskey. That'll be good. Yeah, that'll work.
We like to drive people crazy with our punology and our word association. So I'll miss that. Nobody can keep up with Keith.
I borrowed them to you that one time and you didn't give them back.
That's right. See, I got the pipes going here.
I want my muscles back.
Yeah.
And I'd like my
You like-
scallops
like your
and
scallops and your
and
lobster too?
scalloped lobsters and some.
Well, your muscles are pretty shrimpy anyway.
A lot of customers came in here for the entertainment, just to BS with us. Maybe Tom and I are the top BSers right now, but there used to be more. I did have a customer say that I like you guys. He said it was always a joy to come in here and bullshit with you guys. That's what he said. He said that's why I came here, the main reason I came here.
If you try and throw it at your edge, you're gonna slip in this.
Yeah, let's see if I can make, open that drawer, let's see if I'm making that drawer.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a good run. Photography is an interesting business to be in, and there were many times I was very proud to be in the photography business. I started out as a photographer, but ended up helping people with their photography.
I enjoy working with a lot of the people. I'll miss that, and helping some of the older people discover that they can run a computer.
I'm going to miss some of the employees, people that I've really gotten to be friends with, some that are here now, some that have been here before. I'll miss Bob and Deb. They've been pretty good to me over the years. I'm sure I'll see them from time to time, probably on a beach somewhere, drinking some margaritas or some Mai Tais. That'll be about it.
I think the reason it was a special place and why it was successful is because of Bob. He attracted good people. He empowered them, made them feel good about themselves, and they were great people.
Being able to employ people in the community, that was pointed out to us many years ago by Bob's mom, who said, you guys really are doing a great thing just giving people full-time jobs. I think that's probably what I'm most proud of.
We needed a keyboard player in our band. Somehow he came into a practice with us one night. One thing led to another, and next thing I know, we had a Bob with the band. He brought to the band the go-getter kind of attitude. He was always one of these guys too that kept us from getting too high or too low. He was kind of an even keel guy that kept things in perspective. But boy, I'll tell you what, if he got excited about something, man, it was like there was no stopping him. He motivated all of us basically to become better musicians and better people.
Bob started the store totally by himself. I started a few years later. I've been here 30 years as bookkeeper. When I first started, I think we had some total of maybe 6 employees.
I wanted to be a photographer, so I started doing photography around Bismarck, newspaper photography. We started our own store, 600 square feet, really tiny, 1979. Seeing it come to fruition and seeing people who we hired just grow and go in to do lab and doing graphics and do advertising. Every photographer that opened up a store in Bismarck, North Dakota or Mandan, a studio, in the last 30 years, worked at Bob's Photo. It's been a long run and we've been blessed.
To Bob, I would say thank you for having the good judgment to hire such good people over the years.
Thank you, Bob, for instilling in your employees that it's always the customer first, and to provide the best quality product that you can provide.
Well, Bob, we've had a lot of great years together and a lot of great times together. I'll never forget them. And I love you like a brother, man. I hope the best for you and Deb in your retirement, and I hope it all goes well. I know you got a great family, and it looks like it's a very bright retirement for you and Deb from what I can see. So I hope that's true. God bless you, man.
Glove is this, OJ's?
I think I'll open up a shop at Touchmark and become a gigolo.
I'm gonna be his pimp.
Go ahead, tell them a lie.
Tom's my best friend.
Yeah. I hope your legs go together.
Scared of the job interview.
That's because of your speech impediment. That's probably why.
That's not true. There we go, on guard. Adios, here's to ya.